I am Dr. Rajnikant from Department of Physiology. I will teach you the effect of training, effect of aerobic training. What is the occurrence in a trained person? The effect of aerobic training. The primary aim of training is to increase the resistance to fatigue. Means the person who are doing aerobic exercise must not get fatigue easily. Physical training decreases the oxygen deficit and increase the physical performance, which is inversely related to the oxygen deficit. The main role of the training is decrease the oxygen deficit requirement. Aerobic training increases maximum oxygen consumption and promotes elimination of excess heat produced during the exercise. Increase in maximum oxygen consumption, the rate of ATP production increases more aerobically. Means the ATP that are produced by the trained person are, most of the ATPs are from the aerobic metabolism. That's why not the byproducts like the lactic acid, disturbance of the pH that develops in the anaerobic respiration or anaerobic metabolism are hampered. Then comes the therapeutic benefits of the regular exercise. What are the benefits we receive by doing the regular exercise? First is in aerobic exercise. The aerobic exercise improve performance of the athletes and the sports person. Means they can do their work more efficiently because of the aerobic activity facilitate muscle oxidative capacity. That are the aerobic oxidative capacity that are beneficial. It slows the process of aging. The aging can't be suppressed, but it can slow the process of the aging. This helps in prevent several degenerative and the metabolic diseases and make life healthier and longer. Psychological effect. Health of the individuals practicing regular physical exercise or physical training remains better than the untrained individuals because of release of endorphins from the brain during the exercise. Endorphins are reported to relieve the mental stress and induces a sense of well-being. Decrease body fat mass. Physical activities like walking, running, swimming, dancing and jogging are the known to induce energy expenditure that in the long run is very effective in reducing the obesity. These activities are related with the reduce the obesity. Next is the exercise prevent osteoporosis. As exercise is related with the bone metabolism, regulated exercise program stimulate osteoblastic activity. Immobilization and inactivity stimulate osteoclastic activity and produces bone loss. Practice of regular exercise is known to reduce the insulin resistance. Tissue sensitivity of the insulin and the glucose tolerance improve with the exercise. Increase in the number of the insulin receptor and promotes activity of the glucose transporter. That's why the exercise are suggested in the management of the diabetes mellitus, because in diabetes the glucose level goes high, the glucose tolerance improved by the exercise and increase in the insulin receptors in muscles occurs by the exercise. Exercise improves the coronary perfusion and causes neovascularization of the myocardium. Therefore, regular practice of the mild and slow exercise without exerting much pressure on the heart help patients suffering from the chronic myocardial infarction. In chronic myocardial patients are advised to do mild or slow exercise, not severe exercise are performed by the known case of the chronic myocardial infarction. Specific exercise are prescribed for the treatment of the osteoarthritis as they improve muscle strength and joint stability. Now comes the effect of training on the body tissue. As I had already talked about the effect of the training, in this chapter we will deal with the effect of training on the body tissue that occurs more on the CVS, on respiratory system, on the skeletal system, or psychological effect of the training. CVS training is exercise, aerobic training is mostly related with the CVS changes. Training increases stroke volume and decreases the maximal heart rate. Decreases the maximal heart rate occurs because of the vagus suppression. Net effect is greater increase in the maximum cardiac output. Therefore, athletes achieve a target increase in the cardiac output by increasing the stroke volume. Increase in the stroke volume is mainly due to the increase in the myocardial contractility and expansion of the plasma component that increases the preload and therefore the ventricular filling. Here, the increase in the preload and therefore the ventricle filling, it is related with the Starling's law of the CVS. High stroke volume reduces the myocardial metabolic load. This high stroke volume that reduces the metabolic load is beneficial for the heart. In the case of increasing heart rate, that is actually harmful to the heart because it increases the metabolic load, and that create the harmful effect on the heart. But by the increasing the stroke volume, this reduces the myocardial metabolic load. Greater expansion of the plasma volume reduces the hemoglobin content, resulting in the physiological sports anemia. This physiological sports anemia is sometimes asked in the oral viva. What is physiological sports anemia? It occurs in the sports person or because of the expansion of the plasma volume, the relative content of the hemoglobin content is reduced, that creates the anemia known as the physiological sports anemia. Now, effect on the respiratory system, the aerobic training improves both oxygen delivery and oxygen extraction to the muscles. Increase in the maximum oxygen consumption with the training because of increase in the cardiac output and increase in the arteriovenous oxygen differences. Oxygen extraction from the blood to the tissue or the muscles increases because trained muscle accommodate more blood in the new capillaries. Increased capillary density increases the greater surface area for the oxygen diffusion and reduces the diffusion distance for oxygen between the capillary blood and the membrane muscle cells. Athletic training allows increase in the diffusion capacity of the lung for the oxygen because by training the pulmonary capillary density increases. The pulmonary capillary density increases by neovascularization or opening of the closed vessels. This term, the pulmonary capillary density increases because of the increased cardiac output. Increased cardiac output causes the opening of the closed vessels. No effect on the vital capacity. This is also a viva question. No effect on the vital capacity as the persons are expecting it increases the vital capacity, but it is clarified here, no effect on the vital capacity. This implies that in a healthy individual, pulmonary function is usually not a limiting factor in determining the maximum intensity of the exercise. That one can understand, as we are understanding that the pulmonary function is related with the exercise, but it is not a limiting factor. Effect of training on the skeletal muscle. Increase in the muscle strength. It is due to increase in the muscle mass, which is due to the hypertrophy and not due to the hyperplasia. Hypertrophy is the increase in the length or width, but hyperplasia is the increase in the number of the muscle cells. That's why it is not due to the hyperplasia, but it is due to the hypertrophy. More effective and efficient development of the motor units. Increase in the production of the contractile protein, that are the actin or the myosin, that increases the cross bridges available for the generating force during the muscle contraction. As in muscle contraction there is a role of actin and myosin, and due to the exercise increase in the production of the contractile protein, that's why there is the muscles work more efficiently in the trained person. Psychological effect of the training. Regular training improves the psychology of the individual. That's, I am doing exercise, I am healthier. This is the psyche stimulus through vasomotor center and the respiratory center are reduced. During exercise there occurs less increase in the sympathetic activity and less decrease in the parasympathetic activity. Both terms are related. Less increase in the sympathetic activity and less decrease in the parasympathetic activity. Metabolic effect of the training. Metabolic effect, the metabolic adjustment during the exercise are the result of the increase in the energy stored and increase in the number of the mitochondria in the muscle fiber. Increase in the mitochondria in the muscle fiber is related with the metabolism. Due to these changes in the ability of the muscle to extract oxygen improves and there is shift towards the aerobic metabolism. There is less accumulation of the lactic acid and a smaller fall in the pH of the body fluids. These changes facilitate mobilization of the fatty acid from the tissue stored into the blood. That's why glycogen storage is spared. Shift of the metabolism toward the more utilization of fat is useful adaptation, as fat store are virtually unlimited as compared to the glycogen store. So fat utilization spares glycogen that are beneficial or that are sparing the fuel. Physical performance is a direct function of the glycogen store, therefore endurance of the individual increases. This is the second last class, and in the last class I will teach you the cold adaptation, warm adaptation, and what are the sequelae of the sedentary life. Thank you.